All right, so we are going to do a daily tournament today, and my first opponent is Mage Armor, so I will accept his duel, and um, have not done this since the update, so where is the deck selection?
The game's afoot on set. Eyes wide open, everyone.
Interesting. Okay, so it seems to be just whatever deck I used last. And unfortunately for me, that is a missions-based deck full of mystery characters. So you can see every card in my hand is a mystery character. I crafted the mystery lead last time, and also you don't get that much time in this. So yeah, I guess I'm doing the dinosaur and the Bigfoot. So I have just pretty limited experience with this deck, especially in a player versus player format. I mostly play with this deck against the computer. So the... Ouch, that's gonna hurt. So my blurry Bigfoot can't be targeted by tropes and dodges during their attack frames, but he got countered by the bouncer because that wasn't a bouncer attack frame. So I think one of my only choices here is to kill the bouncer while it's frozen, and then I can either bring out this 3-frame opium merchant, or I can play the pickpocket and one of my 1-costs. The pickpocket is not something I would honestly use for competitive. It's just a 1-2, which is very small. So I guess I'm going to play the merchant. And just so we can read what the merchant does, this dodges on all frames during which you play cards. So it's also more beneficial for me to get the merchant out into play. He will dodge during which I play. Oh, so he's going to land an attack, and then this ace is going to follow with a swift attack. So very strong by Mage here.
For such a noticeable bruise.
Yeah, so since I attacked with my Rexstar, he's got 2 frames of frozen. But the ace... So the ace can dodge if he wants to. I mean, I should probably focus on killing the ace. The question is just going to become when. So I think that my opponent is going to try to land me an attack, some kind of like swift attack like a penguin, and then dodge later. So if I play a card, then the opium merchant will dodge. The question is just if I play another opium merchant, or if I get out multiple of these. Maybe that's what I do. Maybe I get out multiple of these and then bring in my own Archimimus next turn. So let's do this. This. And, well, if I do it that way, I don't get the value out of the dodge here because he'll be frozen. So a character, if it is already frozen, cannot dodge in any way. So he chose to do Wake and Roll. Maybe this trope only works if you're attacked during those frames. And Gremby Huggered my 3/4. So attacking super late cost me. If he has a Penguin, he can send it in the first frame and beat this. Otherwise, there's nothing he can really do to stop this. I mean, he can dodge. So an Archimimus dodges while another character dodges. So I'm going to instead bring in this and then try to land an attack here. And if it all works out, then my 1-2 and my 2-4 will kill this 3-3. But if the 2-3 here is attacking, I imagine it's going to hit my 1-2. Oh, but my frame is first anyway. Ask in the comments if you don't understand why this worked the way it did. No, the 2-3 goes for my 3-3. So now both of these have a because then he gets the mime attack. Okay, I understand. That was a good choice. So this bounty star here is something that my opponent can get back if he kills this, but I have a card called the Spineless Senator in my deck, which collects 2 bounty, and that will give me the stars. However, I'm pretty sure my opponent is going to try to either kill the 1-2 or the 2-4. So let's do a dodge here and then an attack on the more dangerous one. And then I have an extra frame, so I'll just throw this in. And that's kind of what these 1-frame cards are for me, the 3-3 and the 5-4 here. So they chose to get somebody back from extras. And they picked my Blurry Bigfoot. And successfully dodged in the frame. So my 5-4 here is a threat, but he can only land attacks on an enemy with a bounty. So he won't be doing a lot of attacking, but he can perform. And he's chunky, so he will distract the other attacks. And if they don't want to attack him, he can perform. And that synergizes with the Spectre, so that if they remove him and focus on him, so first of all, if they focus frames on my 5-4, I have advantage, frame advantage. And if they kill my 5-4 and Spectre's on the field, then I get a star from that. And if both of those don't happen, then I can just start performing with it. At least that's the idea. So I have the pickpocket. Since I have the spotlight, I will go first with this stuff. So let's try to kill the Gremby Hugger, and then I'm not going to commit the Spineless Senator right now because I think there's a good chance they try to kill my 1-2. So I'm going to develop my board more. So they lightning the 1-2? Yeah. So the good thing about lightning is that it enters on that first frame. You see the yellow. And so by killing the 1-2, they got their star back and they canceled my attack. With this, they're going to kill my lead because the Archimimus follows. So this was a bad turn for me. I lost pretty much everything I was trying to do. I mean, I guess I got my 3-4 in play, but you can see that I have very few stars on my leads. I don't think they're going to attack the Opium Merchant because he dodges really easily. But I think they are going to try to attack something else that will live. So not the Looney Lettuce, because they want this Archimimus to finish its arc. So let's play a dodge and then the Dino lead. Instead, they Puffer switched. Cancel a card played in the same frame as this. If you do, your opponent summons a 1/1 Puffer. I guess if you don't, they summon a Puffer. Oh, wow, they did attack the 3-4. But since I was playing my Dino, it dodged. So that's what I was talking about with its very easy dodging ability. So Pufferfish can't perform when an enemy lead completes their story arc. Gain narrative and destroy this. Okay, so if I complete an arc while the Puffer is on the board, then they'll get a star. Okay, so what I should do in almost every scenario is kill this. My opponent has not shown much affinity for dodging. But that's the risk, right? Is if I spend my attack on this and they dodge. I think they're either going to dodge or throw some kind of freezing trope at my dino. So instead of doing that, so I'm thinking of performing with the Buckaroo Barrister. All right, what if I just did this and then attacked with it later? So they play, this is a bodyguard of some kind, I don't remember exactly its name. But also the nice thing about this play is that any attack of mine gives my Rickshaw a star. So this guy says, I want to read this card. When another friendly character is hit by an attack, this attack bends.
Oh,
And then freezes for 2. So he's going to attack into the dino, but because he has backfire, the booty guard, he will take 5 in return. So I think this is a fair trade overall. Spent 2 of his frames this turn to deal me 3 damage. That's on par with Lightning Strike or Lazy Rider's Lightning. And now we're about even. So we've each generated 4 stars. Want to read what this Laughbot does. There it is. So they can spend 2 frames to collect a bounty from each friendly character with a bounty, then unfreeze those characters and destroy this. So Laughbot may be something I should have in my deck, because we know that the Pickpocket and the Sneakodon here can generate bounty on themselves, and the Laughbot would allow me to collect that. Okay, I'm pretty sure my opponent is going to try to kill my lead, which means I could Spineless Senator the 3/3. They're going to want to kill my lead early in case I attack with this stuff. So I will Spineless Senator the 3/3, and then can't be targeted, and it dodges during it. So I can't ever kill the Blurry Bigfoot. So let's just attack like this. So the Dodgeball Coach attacks exactly who I thought they would attack. And then Bloodbeard is not the swift attack character. So, I mean, I think that's good. I took the star away from my opponent. And I got it for myself. Killed the Dodgeball Coach. And then I am going to have to deal with this Pirate Lead. So the problem with the Pirate Lead, and the reason that my opponent is running Lazy Rider's Lightning, is that if my opponent kills 2 of my characters in the same scene, they get 3 narrative stars and they draw a card. Draw is extremely powerful. But, luckily for me, when another one of their characters lands an attack, it steals a narrative star as bounty. And notice that my Barristers can only attack an enemy with a bounty. So I am in a pretty strong position against this pirate if they choose to attack. They may have the trope that deals 1 to everybody, in which case they would nail my 2 1/1s, and that would be pretty bad. I don't really know how I'm going to kill the... Okay, yes, I do. So I bring in the 2 attack mine, and then I run it my 3/3 in like this. And I'm going to believe... So the problem will be if this Gremby attack is against my 3/3. Because then they'll interrupt it. And they don't. They go for the 1/1, which is honestly a big surprise to me. I felt like they could... Oh, maybe they thought I was going to attack the pirate early and they would get to kill it with the Wake and Roll. Oh, but the dodge stays. So that is... Shoot. Well, a couple things happened there. The dodge lasted the entire scene. They got to attack back, like I was in the middle of saying.
Whatever you were up to solo.
And with the
let's
attack
keep it
back,
off the
killing my
record,
character
shall we?
and the 1/1 that was pretty much guaranteed by the Kremmy Hugger, they killed 2 of my guys in one scene, and so they completed their combo. Now, the thing that I don't love that happened there is that the pirate landed an attack, so it should steal a star as bounty, and I have 1 star to steal. Unless the mime wasn't in play yet. But no, he definitely was. So I wish that Bloodbeard had a bounty star. Doesn't. So I'm just going to use up this, one of the few times I can attack with the Barrister, I will. And then let's attack with this later. And ideally it'll do 3 and 2. He picks the... Oh, that's so bad for me. If I had attacked with the other Buckaroo Barrister, that would have been fine because I would have landed the attack. But as it stands, you have to kill one of my characters, and then he's going to Wake and Rush on the pirate, which unfortunately does exactly what happened last time, where I tried to attack the pirate and they get to attack back. So they complete their combo, and I am at this point so far behind that I'm not going to win. So they got some really good calls, and the fact that you can run so many copies of Wake and Rush really benefits their game plan here. But also, I'm running some pretty terrible cards. The Pickpocket is just way too small for 2 frames. The other 1/1, the Spineless Senator, well, I mean, it gave me 1 star, and it gave them a combo by having a 1/1 on the board. So... I still can't attack Bigfoot and kill it. I think I'm going to go for Spectre and this Crash Course Mentor, because that's probably my fastest way to some stars. Crash Course Mentor will give me 2 stars for a lead who has none yet, and the mime only has 1. I'm not really worried about giving up the investment there. And now I have 2 more frames. Spectre gets his own stars when characters leave the set. I think it's friendly. And I can do that with Noir Thinking or characters dying. Okay, so I'm going to interrupt this attack, which is nice, but let's just see if I can out-tempo the mime for just 1 lead arc completed. So luckily I found my counter hit. I will get this bounty back on me. So, I mean, I'm at 3 out of 10. They're at 4 out of 8. It's going to come down to... the Bigfoot was a really nice pull for them here. And see, so the Crash Course Mentor does nothing. None of my leads are going to have no stars. So I will actually be discarding the Mentor with the Noir Thinking. And let's read Spectre here. When a friendly card is moved to or from extras, except for tropes leaving the set, gain star. So the Noir Thinking itself being played will not generate a star, but discarding the Crash Course Mentor will give Spectre a star. So that is 1. And then I don't really have anybody strong enough to kill the mime. So I have to guess when they're going to attack my Spectre and dodge. Renegade Damsel, when it lands an attack or performs, unfreeze by 1. It's not really going to change things here. So let's just dodge first.
Has your
and then double
creativity
noir thinking.
dried up?
Actually, I don't think that's right. I'm going to try to kill the mime as fast as I can. So the cow gets a swift attack, and I imagine he's going to swift attack my lead, which I luckily called the dodge on. And then they're going to take a character from extras, probably one of mine. Oh no, they take their own booty guard, and they're playing a booty guard. Okay, so like I said, I'm discording Crash Course Mentor. He doesn't do much for me anymore. As I said, that gives me a star. And then a second booty guard. So, when another friendly character is hit by an attack, this attacks back. I don't understand why the mime got to dodge. Yes, I do. I've encountered this interaction
And we're live
with my
again.
own mime
Please,
and my own
no
Bigfoot.
spoilers.
So because Bigfoot dodges during all of my attack frames, and the mime dodges whenever one of its allies dodges, the mime will always dodge my attacks. There is no way for me to attack and kill the mime. The booty guard can queue an attack. I think that Mage is going to assume I will not play a card and queue an attack with the booty guards. So, what I need to do is, and luckily I have the spotlight, I need to play any card that gets in there early. So let's just do Pickpocket. Sacrifice the... Well, no, I wish I had something with 4 health, but... I'm going to sacrifice the Pickpocket. They're probably not going to attack my lead. Okay, so think about it more. The best thing for them to do would be to attack this 5/4 so that they land the attack. I'm going to see if we can finish Spectre. So, I will play the Pickpocket, assuming they're not going to attack Spectre, double noir thinking. And they use their cow to kill Spectre and get another star on the mime.
Such a mild
Okay,
attack
so
for such a noticeable bruise.
oh, Booty Guard does not trigger on play. It's when another friendly character is hit. So yeah, I don't need Crash Course Mentor, and now I wasted my Noir Thinking. I mean, now I still get the draw, but they won't count for Spectre because they took him out early. And like I said here, they do go for the Barrister to get more attacks on the Mime in. So the other option this turn would have been to play the Dinosaur. Alright, what does Cayman do? Spikes while unfrozen, and when a friendly character enters the set, unfreeze them.
Whatever you were up to solo, let's keep it off the record, shall we?
So if I had the Dino, they'd had one fewer star, and I guess I could attack the guard or the Cayman, but as it stands, they should probably just perform with the Bigfoot. Get 2 stars. So let's cancel any trope they play, and then get this and get this. Because even if I interrupted the mime performance, which I don't think I would because he would dodge, it wouldn't give me
That
enough
was
space to win this
unexpected.
game later,
Let's
so I
sweep
needed
it
to play
under
the
the
dino
rug,
as
shall
if
we?
they didn't find that line, and I could make some choices next frame. Also, the devs released a patch the other day. It is the largest patch since the release of Early Access on Steam, and today is the 11th of July. So like I said, the patch was a few days ago, but what they did was that they compensated the players with goldies for any card that was rebalanced that could be considered a nerf. So I think that they were very generous. Some of them were like changing the cost or changing the stats. And again, if you can think of it as a nerf, then they gave you goldies for it. In addition to goldies for some leads. So it's only if you already owned the cards. And I believe if you jumped into the game as a new player right now, that wouldn't necessarily apply. So I assume that each of you watching already play the game. So make sure to log in, and just the first time you fire up the game after maybe there's a new download. I don't actually know if it's a client-side download or a server-side change only. But the first time you launch the game, it goes through a screen of here are your rewards, and in-game it does not tell you why. It just flashes like you got a certain amount of goldies. So you can see in the upper corner here, I have 364 goldies. I also have almost 1,000 tickets, and the tickets, and also some of the goldies, fewer than the patch, but some of them are from completing those quest line things. So what we're going to do right now is I will take a brief look at the quest line that I showed in the previous video, but it says Sci-Fi lead arcs completed 0 out of 1, and I also actually have a daily quest, performances with Sci-Fi characters. So since I got so many goldies, and now I have an abundance, and I learned my lesson last time, I will not spend all of them on packs. But what I am going to do is craft a Sci-Fi lead, so that I can, first of all, have access to Sci-Fi as part of a deck building, the range of deck building that I can make, and also to complete that quest line. So take off only owned here, so I'm filtered to, it's in cards, I mean, the leads are cards. Leads, take off only owned. You can see all the leads in the game, and I was checking this out earlier, and of all of these leads, there are only 2 Sci-Fi leads, and they're right here with the alien ship. And the question is, do I want Carol Assange, who has a pretty swift attack here, only one freeze, and when any friendly character crew unfreezes, she gains a star, or the Cybercock, who I played a lot with in the playtest. He has 1 fewer health, which 4 is a little dangerous, but it's not that much worse than 5. I think that maybe Maximus has 4. Actually, I could check right here, can't I? Maximus has 3 attack. So Cybercock is safe from Maximus. Wreckshot at 5 kills both of them. So I don't think there's a huge difference between 4 and 5 health. The chicken never freezes, right? That's one of his passive abilities, can't be frozen. So he's also pretty fast. I mean, he is fast. He can attack every turn. And he attacks twice. And that is one of the more frustrating things about being against the chicken, is that if you dodge, you only dodge the first attack. So I would imagine that Cybercock with Ace of the Stage is good. Can't really think of anyone else who follows on attacks. That isn't another lead. So like Archimimus or Rexhaw, they both work with attacks, but you can't have 2 leads on the board at once. So I think I'm going to pick the Cybercock. And so what you do is you left-click the card you want, craft it, and then come down here. It tells you what it's going to cost. UI improvement suggestion. There should probably be some indicator of how many goldies you own, so that you can decide if it's worth it. You can see right now my amount is blurred, but when I hit craft, Looks like it's taking a second, and then it crafts it. So no confirmation and no preview of no reminder of how many goldies you own right now. So it does tell you how many of the card you own. I don't know if you can craft up to 2 out of 1, even though you can only ever use 1 at a time. I'm not going to risk it. So now I have the Cybercock, and you can see my goldies went down. All right, so let's go to the store and crack some packs, card packs. We're going to buy all 9 that I can, and I am going to spend some of the goldies on packs, probably just 100 goldies. So yeah, five of these packs. Because I like to make these videos and also win games, in order to make the videos more interesting and to have a little more fun, I am choosing to mostly not spend my goldies on cosmetics right now. So here is card pack number 1. Oh, right. I do like to click reveal all, especially when I'm opening a bunch of them. Okay, so I got my first Cousin Cayman. I like that a lot. He's very strong. He was actually one of the cards that was nerfed because he was too strong. I still can't believe that he's only 2 frames. We saw that the pickpocket, whatever its adjective was, the pickpocket octopus from my first game. The pickpocket is also 2 frames, and it's a 1/2, and it needs to land an attack or perform to do its ability, which is just, it's so fragile at 2 attack. Anything really kills it. There's some 1 attack floaters around, but most of the good stuff is 2 or more attack, including most all the leads. So the fact that the pickpocket has 2 health, he can get sniped really easily. The fact that Cayman has, I'm going to generalize and say, broadly the same type of utility. He's a 3/4. I mean, he used to be a 3/6, and they're the same amount of frames. And also, he can always unfreeze when you summon characters to the board. The pickpocket, if you attack with it, it takes 2 scenes to unfreeze before you can steal another narrative. So I think Cayman is way better when we just do a 1-to-1 comparison. But also, everyone knew he was one of the strongest cards in the game. So Cthulhu also... Okay, so here's a good time to talk about the change. So the Baby Cthulhu went from, I think, a 3-frame 6/6 with, I think, still 2 freeze, to a 2-frame 4/4 with 2 freeze. So it's completely arguable whether one is better than the other, right? In different stages of the game, it matters. In Act 1, when you have 5 frames, 3 versus 2 doesn't really matter because attacks and dodges and performances cost 2. But in the Act 2 and 3, when you have 6 total frames, you really like cards that cost 2 because you can queue up 3 of them in a scene. So, he lost stats, but he also lost a frame. It's not strictly a nerf. But if you had Cthulhu's, which I did, you got goldies. So that's really why I ended up with over 300 goldies just now. Let's reveal all here. Shooting, bouncer. I mean, okay, bouncer's good, but you can have 3 of them, so I probably have some already. We learned last pack opening that you get goldies if you open duplicate leads, so maybe I should have opened my packs before I crafted the lead. But that's why I don't want to just spend all of my goldies on leads, at least not right away, because I might open some in packs. Okay, love Madcap Stuntman. He's a strong card, but I've gotten enough duplicates here to open another pack today, so I'll probably do that as well. Tiger Shark Huza is nice in a gangster deck, but None of the rest of this looks outstanding. I do like the Meathead Butchers in Fog Machine Horror deck. Cthulhu might be fine in a Fog Machine Horror deck now too, because it's easier to cast. Petty Pickpocket, so this is what I was talking about. Okay, so I want to try Birdie. I'm glad I opened one. I might have enough for a playset, but it gets a star as bounty when it enters, and it's unfrozen when it enters, so it can dodge and perform when it enters. That's my problem with Cthulhu, is that it enters and freezes. Can't do anything with it. It can just get attacked and die. But with Birdie, it does take 3 frames for its attack, but it's only a standard cooldown of 2. I don't know. I think the Birdie has some potential. It's enormous. It can take out your Rickshaws, your other high health enemies as a 9/9, and it takes a lot of hits to whack down. So if your opponent focuses on the 9/9, then that leaves you free to do, like, Perform with the Guru, for example. I think it has utility. I just haven't seen anyone use it. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I will build a Sci-Fi Birdie deck after this. Cinephile, discard and draw, that's really good looting. I want carnivores, but I think I have all 4 now. Cybo Chick. So, Cybo Chick is the type of card I can now use, but it has backfire. When this lands an attack, if the attack target doesn't die, it gets star as bounty. Okay, that seems super risky. Backfire means it will take damage from that character, whether or not it dies. So if the chick attacks and it doesn't die, it gets a star, but then it takes damage. That bounty star will go back to the opponent. Okay, so Laughbot, which we just saw in the other game, is probably good for the deck I was playing. Enters. Draw a trope of your opponent's choice from extras. I mean, I guess you still get a card. Okay, it's rough, though, at 3 frames, 3/2. You can get 3/2 for 2 frames. So, I don't know if that's worth it. Your opponent gets to choose the card. It's got a weak body.
Bueno, avocado.
Okay. Yeah, so like I was saying about the 3/2 body, you can get 2/2s for 1 frame. I mean, not all of the 1 frame characters have 2/2 stats, but Striped OG is a really solid card because it only freezes for 1 frame, and when it performs, it does a swift attack. If I was just looking for 2/2, 2 health little bodies, I'm going for the Striped OG.
The bigger they are, the harder they
Even
fall.
Peanut would be fine. Fight Club are always strong, but I really don't need more of those. I'll get some tickets. And Blurry Bigfoot, which we just saw I own. So, yep, I surpassed 200 tickets with all of my spare, my duplicate compensation. So, I'll get 2 more packs.
Bueno, avocado.
Yeah, Brawling Broccoli's got a line, doesn't he? Okay. Oh, I gained a lot of tickets from these last 2 packs. It looks like I'm opening largely duplicates. So, wow, I got a Birdie and a Dumbo in the same pack. So this is a great comparison of your super chunky boys. The Dumbo costs 4 frames, loses 1/1 stats compared to the Birdie, but he enters with 2 frozen. So when a character like this is frozen, they can just take hits and you can't do anything back, which is rough to have invested that much in a character that your opponent can just knock down. What I'm intrigued about with the Birdie is that, well, it has Unstoppable, so you get to attack whenever you want. It can't counterattack. But it can dodge and maybe perform right away. The bear says this attacks an enemy character of your choice not on a flank. Oh, okay. So it's the inverse of Heavyweight Gladiator. I think Narcoleptic Bear has potential. I have been seeing chatter on the Discord, though, that a lot of decks just don't put out that many characters, which completely nullifies the Narcoleptic Bear. Okay, so I'm not quite at 300 tickets, but with the next 2 packs I buy, there's a good chance I maybe. So this is just kind of what happens, I've noticed, when you do multiple pack openings, that you get enough tickets to open some more. What I would like to do is open 1 pack anytime I get the tickets for it, but that would mean I have to be recording in advance every time. Judge Dairy, when this deals attack damage, deal 2 to the attack target's neighbors. That's pretty good. I don't know, 5 health. I mean, you can see, look, my Jurassic Cannon fodder gives me 3/5 for 1 less frame. So that's kind of the question it comes down to a lot is, do I want to pay a whole extra frame for 1 fewer attack and the potential to do the 2, flanking damage? And not only that, but you can only attack every 3rd scene. So you're giving up a lot. Bootleg Collector might be nice from the bounty, the South bounty deck with like the Sneakodons. Okay, I think I did get some new cards this time, because I didn't generate as many tickets. But you can see that we opened all these packs and I didn't get any leads, so I don't feel bad about crafting the Cybercock at all. All right, I will take a brief break and deck build, and then I'll be back. All right, so this is the Sci-Fi deck that I built, and I would like to have more remote-controlled Popstar here, because it's giving my opponent something that I can attack into. And I think Electrifying Speech was my final card that I would replace if I could. So let's go climb ranks online. And I should meet CM Avalis. I do. Just messaging them. Okay, so I prearranged these matches with Mage Armor and CM Avalis, if it's not abundantly clear, via the Discord. And we found Birdie. So I think I'm just going to play Birdie. And, oh, right, because you watched the video back to back, but this is basically a Birdie deck. I have a full playset of 5. And, oh, interesting, it gets Star as bounty. So it's unstoppable, which means my opponent can't interrupt my attack, but he can dodge. So let's see if they call the dodge in the right spot. I'm going to bring in my other big boy and then attack. I forgot about this. Birdie's attack is 3 frames. So the reason that I like the bird is that I should be able to take out this dino. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Chariot Rider, and then attack. And then next scene, I'm going to do the dino. Friendly character sets up a dodge until end of scene. Thanks. So they used Awaken Roll. And my birdie is still going to get frozen. It's unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. They lightning my birdie, so they're going to try to kill the birdie overall. And this is what I was saying. Do they get to attack back? Is that what the Awaken Roll? Oh, okay, so it's rough. My birdie lost 8 health this scene. All right, so like I said, I bring in the dino, and then I do this, and that should give me a star on the dino and unfreeze the 3/3. Aw, he called me. Oh, jeez.
Oh, these
Um,
arms. Always a problem.
So I think I've played CM before, and they are pretty good. Now they've deal gone wrong with my birdie. So they set up a 2-scene kill that got them 5 stars on the dino.
Who dares
So
to
this is
step
going to be
into
rough.
my domain?
All right, so I kept this. The deck is sort of the basis of what I just played with the mystery, and I'm honestly not sure if Spectre being the lead for this is the right choice. I don't even know if mystery is the best class to include. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to premature reflex the dino and then attack the dino. So now his lead's gone, and I have these mystery character 1 frames to fill in the gaps, and also the druidic soothsayers allow me to control my draw better. So
No choice left. Your actions led us here.
they're going to lightning. It's not going to stop my... Well, nothing can stop my attack. I'm unstoppable, but I think this was worth it, spending the 1 trope to way overkill the dino. I mean, I guess he plays his next lead anyway, and my guy's frozen, so not fully worth it, but I got 2 stars out of that. Okay, what I was trying to say was that this cuttlefish, right? It frees 6 narrative for my lead on set. I do... Yeah, I'll take another soothsayer because it's 1 frame and the rest of my stuff is all 2 frames. So the idea here is that either the chicken or the dino can get stars really easily, and then the cuttlefish will come in, pop those stars off, and then that lead can keep going. You know, whichever lead I'm doing well with. I kind of feel like I should Wake and Rush. A pre-selected character unfreezes by 2, and then attacks an enemy. I don't think they're going to expect the Wake and Rush, and then I will play Damsel and Soothsayer. So Damsel is another mystery character here, but I liked them.
Such a
Okay, they
mild
pingooned.
attack for such a
All right, so I get
noticeable
a...
bruise.
Let's put this on the bottom of my deck. So I put it on the bottom of my deck because I'm going to get another Soothsayer choice here, and I wasn't extremely excited about the Outlaw Chariot Rider. Now, I'm not extremely excited about the Outlaw Chariot Rider because my opponent is clearly playing a choose 2 non-lead characters, 1 friendly and 1 enemy. They re-enter the set. Okay, so if he had chosen his Pingoon, maybe would have gotten an attack. I will take the Pingoon. From what I've seen so far, with the damage, the direct damage tropes, I am pretty sure, and the Pingoon, they are trying to go for Bloodbeard combos, right? Kill 2 characters in 1 scene. So the birdie is inherently unstoppable. They probably slam their birdie into my dino. I'm just checking that this guy's attack lands in the 2nd frame. So does that one. We know that they have the wake and roll trope, which lets them dodge. So they might use the dodge on the birdie. Let's do this. Let's Pingoon away their Pingoon. And then Dino, Damsel. Actually, see, I would do that because the Damsel would unfreeze the Dino, but I'm pretty sure they're getting rid of the Dino. So let's do this. They lightning away the Dino right away.
Such mysteries of life.
So I wasted these 2 frames. which is unfortunate. I should have known. I mean, I was aware that they were getting rid of the dino. I shouldn't have queued it up. What I should have done is summon my chicken. I do not have a way to deal with their dino right now. I used a lot of my resources to get rid of the dino the first time. The dino says that anyone who attacks gets him a star, so I'm pretty sure they're going to try to attack this, and then I will just bring in my chicken and this other thing to fill out the set. So who do they attack? They attack the frozen character. That, again, I probably could have seen that coming, knowing that they wanted to attack. I can't tell what that character is. Oh, it's a crew. And what crew is it?
You're coming with me.
Come on, show me the crew. I still don't want an outlaw cherry right now. Okay, this is the firearm fanatic. So when he gets more stuff to enter, it gets to shoot at my middle guys. I think there's no point in killing the dino. I could try because it's frozen, but he knows that he only needs one more star, which means any of these attack. And then he'll bring in probably this one, the Calamus Severus, and have a bunch of guys enter to combo with the Firearm Fanatic. I think the thing to do is go all in on the birdie. Let's skip the first frame. Dodge, and then attack. So I'm not using any cards from my hand, and the dodge would have covered an attack in either of these two frames. Sure. An unfrozen character gets a swift attack. That will get my Cybocock arc chugging along. At the same time, I have to deal with this pirate. And then he gives himself 2 more frames next scene. So I just don't know. I don't have strong attackers, and both of these are pre-selected. If any of these had 3 attack, it would be perfect, but they don't. So if I can kill the pirate before 2 of mine die, then he won't trigger his combo. There's just no way to do that, so. I have to run this attack, and then do this. And I'm going to send in the cuttlefish. No particular reason, so they got Awaken Rush.
Your move, creep.
Such a mild attack for such a noticeable bruise.
No, they got Awake and Roll. So, luckily my trope here, it lands in the first frame. So I interrupted this attack and finished off the pirate. So that's really strong. I don't know why these 2 are shattered.
That never happened.
Who did they deal gone wrong? Oh, they tried to kill my guy and... oh, no, now they're going to attack the Soothsayer. Well, it's fine. because I would actually like my characters to die. Okay, here we go. Do I need this? No, I don't need the second one. The plan is going to be to attack the chicken into the birdie. Chicken birdie. The only way he can stop that is if he dodges. And I don't exactly have enough frames to do this. So I'm going to Noir Thinking and Damsel. No, I don't even think that's right. I think I should Cuttlefish in here. So the way to win against Maximus and Bloodbeard is to have not that many characters on the board so that they can't just kill. All right, so he dodged and then attacked. That's going to be a problem,
for such a
but
noticeable
also
bruise.
the mech is left alive. So I'm going to discard my character here because I don't really need to summon a bunch more characters.
Every scar's a story, but this one best left untold.
I was just messaging CM. Okay. I left my Cuttlefish frozen. So here's where Wake and Roll would have been useful. And man, so this is why I have Crash Course Mentor just as a card that I run, is because if my chicken had died with no stars, I could have maybe used the Mentor. So I'm clearly bringing in the dinosaur. I guess. Well, no, the dinosaur's lead arc is going to be complete. Yeah, I want to reflex on the... Okay. So this is a little rough. I'm out of resources, but I want to use both my reflexes on the chicken, and if I play the dinosaur, the chicken is going to be frozen for more frames. See, they're already done. They're already done with their rickshaw. So, unfortunately, I must get rid of the pirate. I basically don't have a choice. So I'm going to reflex in here. Reflex in here, even though I don't think that's going to work, and then summon the chicken. So I think my 3/2's dead before that happens. The next turn, the chicken can attack the pirate. I don't know.
I think I found me a landlubber.
And attacks a pre-selected enemy. Right, so he killed that with his trope, and then he's going to send in the Wise Wing. And perform. So, he generates 3.
Enter our prime suspect.
Oof, Christ. So there are some stars out there, here and here, that I can take. So here's what I think. The basic option would be to run the attack in here right away so that he can't perform. Because all he needs is the 1 star, right? However, so knowing that, we both know I have to kill the pirate. So he's probably going to perform with the birdie. So I'm going to reflex the birdie, and that should kill it before anything happens. And then I'm going to do this. Then I suppose, damn, over Soothsayer. So he does Wake and Rush so that he kills my lead. That is something I did not expect, even though I probably should have. And then he just performs. So he plays the second one here in case I dodge. But he does perform with the birdie. If I had had some kind of damage trope, I could have maybe gone an extra scene, but...
I'm just as confused as you.
I was still at least 1 and 3. I was at least 4 stars away from winning. Yeah, I would have had to land all those attacks with the chicken, the 3 that I queued up in this scene, to have a shot. Did you know every viewer has a superpower? That's right. Your superpower is to magnify any video just by clicking thumbs up. It's free to do, and when you do, it tells YouTube that this video was helpful and enjoyable. The YouTube algorithm chooses to amplify videos with likes to a wider audience, so it is the simplest way to help my channel. The algorithm also judges engagement via comments, so if you are willing, leave a comment. Include the special phrase I gave earlier, or call me out for not having one. It really does help me out, so please just take a moment to exercise your superpower. Thanks, and if you're looking for more by me, check out to the left the video of mine that YouTube thinks is best suited for you to watch next. Or check out my entire screenplay video log to the right. Stay safe, stay informed, and stay resilient.